What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And today's video, we have some more support cards from Darkwing Blast, including new for hire support, which is rather interesting. And then we also have support cards for an archetype that we never got to see any support at all. Prediction Princess. If you guys are wondering what the fuck Prediction Princesses are, basically they have flip effects. Each of their effects has, again, they all have flip effects where they can do certain things. And to show you guys some of those effects, I'm going to go on Nexus and showcase to you guys some of the cards that are in the archetype. So apparently there's only a few. There were only a few cards printed. As far as the monsters go, there were only 5 main monster cards printed. There was Prediction Princess, Crystalline, Aerosylph, Astra Morgan, Coin Rama, and Petal Elf. Crystalline's flip effect basically was basically a manju where you can add a ritual monster from your deck or grave to your hand. Aerosylph lets you add a ritual spell from your deck or grave to your hand. Astra Morgan had a rather interesting effect where it reads, during the end phase of this turn, destroys as many defense position monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each one destroyed. So basically, it was sort of like a Dark Mirror Force of sorts, but on steroids. Now, Coin Rama was kind of an interesting one because the effect reads, you can special summon one level 3 or higher flip monster from your hand or deck in face down defense, and you cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn except Prediction Princesses. Now, Petal Elf had another interesting effect. You can change all face up attack positions monsters you control to face up defense position. Monsters changed to defense position by this effect cannot change their battle position. So this was basically like a zero gravity of sorts. And then of course we had Prediction Princess Tarot, which had a lot of effects. And the effects read, once per turn during your end phase, you can special summon one flip monster from your hand or grave in face down defense. You can only use one of the following effects once per turn, and only once that turn. So basically, its second effect was a hard once per turn. Both were quick effects, and the first one read, you can target one face down monster on the field, change it to face up, or go the opposite way. So it was basically a Book of Moon of sorts, which was okay. These Prediction Princess cards are like so weird, but I am going to showcase to you guys the new cards, and hopefully you guys are ready for this weird ass video. If you guys are, and you guys want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos, which typically get posted on Tuesdays, sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that thumbs up button, and turn on the notification bell, and follow me on my social media. All the links will be in the description, as will the info to my fan mail. If you guys want to send fan mail, the info will be in the description as well. Let's get straight into it with the For Hire cards. So first of all, we have Rex Cargo For Hire, which is a 2-star Earth Dino with 300 attack and 200 defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect reads, if this card is normal or special summon, you can add one spell trap card for hire, one for hire spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So this was basically, it's basically spell trap Rhoda. That's it. That's all it is. Not much else to say about that. It can help you pretty much get into pretty much any of the for hires, which I actually want to look that up. I just logged off Nexus, and I probably should not have done that. So let's take a look. We'll go to this deck. Let's see. What are some of the for hire spells and traps? Okay, so there are only 3 as far as we know. We could be wrong on that. But the first one is called Rookie for Hire. The other one is Mayhem for Hire, and then Training for Hire for all your training needs, which is one of the most hilarious names out there. So basically you can just add one of any of these 3 to your hand, which is really cool. Second effect reads, during the main phase, if you control a for hire monster as a quick effect, you can banish this card from your grave, then target 1 for hire card in your grave, add it to your hand. Or if it is a if it's a monster, you can special summon it instead. So basically, it's sort of like a monster born at the cost of pitching one of your cards to your grave. At the cost of banishing one of your cards from your graveyard, which is okay. Which is kind of okay, but it depends on how you want to set up your board, basically. Next up, we have Donna Dagger for Hire, which is a Link 2 Beast, Earth Beast Warrior, obviously in Link, with 1600 attack, and its arrows are bottom right. And it requires 2 monsters with different types. And both of its effects are a hard once per turn. And the first effect reads, you can target 1 for hire monster you control, and a monster your opponent controls, destroy them. Basically, it's a double trap hole. Double trap hole, nice way to break boards. Second effect reads, you contribute 1 monster, special summon 1 for hire monster with a different original name from your hand or grave. Then if you tribute a Link monster, you can special summon a second for hire monster. So it basically is a double reborn, which is really nice. Being able to just instantly go into the Phoenix plays, the Nightmare plays and whatnot, just off of the second effect of this one card. That's actually pretty nutty. That is pretty nutty. But we do got to move on to the new Prediction Princess cards, which I don't know why they are releasing new cards for them, but here we are, right? Here we fucking are. So, if you guys don't know who ran the deck, I cannot remember her name. I am actually going to go on YouTube and see if I can... Let's see. Let's see here. If I can look, if I can find something. Meru. That I guess Meru would be her Japanese name, but her dubbed name I cannot remember it, honestly. Aura is her name. Oh my god, I am so stupid. I am so stupid. Aura is her name. So Yeah, basically these were cards used by Aura from the Arc 5 anime. She was the one that used the Prediction Princess cards. But apparently she has new support, and now we're gonna get straight into it. But as I said before, if you guys don't know, the theme was centered around flip monsters and ritual summoning, and by accelerating the flip effects with the effect of the ritual monster Prediction Princess Terror, it was able to balance. It was able to balance out the use of flip effect monsters and ritual summoning, which could dominate the match on all fronts. Which you would think that. But truth be told, the deck did not do well. In fact, I don't think the deck was ever meta, nor did it ever, attend a YCS or anything like that. If I could be wrong. If I am, post comments below, because I don't know if it ever was meta. But, moving on, first up, how many cards are there? We have 1, 2... We have 3 new cards for the archetype. Okay, so that's okay. So first up we have Prediction Princess Biblamuse, which I believe I probably butchered that, obviously. It is a 9-star Earth Fairy flip with 2500 attack and defense, and the first 2 effects are once per turn. And the first effect reads: if this card is tributed and sent to the grave, you can special summon it in face down defense. So basically, if it's sent to the graveyard, it acts as its own monster reborn, which would let you trigger the second effect, which is a flip effect, obviously, and it reads: add 1 Prediction Princess monster except this card, and 1 ritual spell from your deck to your hand. It's basically a snow, and what I mean by that, you can add pretty much anything from your deck to your hand, which is really nice. And then the third effect reads: your opponent cannot target ritual monster control with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So basically, it's like a Dragon Lords of sorts for the deck, which is pretty cool. And there's a note here underneath the third effect that reads: this card is referencing Bibliomancy and the Greek Muses, spirits of inspiration. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Next up, we have Nether Prediction Princess Tarot Rith, I believe is how it's pronounced. Which is a 9-star Dark Fairy Ritual Flip. I never thought that would ever get that would be a flip monster. That's so weird. That is so weird because Tearaway was never a flip monster, was never a flip ritual. So this is, I believe, the first of its kind. I'm gonna look it up. Let's see. Let's have a look really quickly. Let's go filters, monster, category, ritual, ability, flip, nothing else, TCG, OCG, all. Let's see if there was anything. Yeah, I thought so. So that's actually the first of its kind. That is amazing. That right there is history made, ladies and gentlemen. The first of its kind, the first ever ritual flip monster. That is amazing, incredible. Let's see here. Where was I? Oh, right. Nether Prediction Princess Terroreth, 9-star Dark Fury Ritual Flip, 1200 attack, 2700 defense, and it says that you can ritual summon this card with Nether Prediction Ritual, which I believe is the next card that we're going to talk about here in a second. Must be ritual summon or special summon with Prediction Princess Terror. you can only use both effects once per turn. And the first effect, which is the flip effect, and it reads, you can special summon one flip monster from your deck and face down defense. That's it. Plain simple. Plain and simple. And then, funny enough, you can actually use Book of Moon, flip it face down, flip it back up, and you can summon another monster. Yeah, Book of Moon, I think, is going to be quite the interesting card. And I know it's been reprinted like so many times, so there's like hardly any value on Book of Moon. But I can pretty much guarantee you that Book of Moon is going to be implemented into this deck, and it's going to be extremely expensive. Second effect, which is a quick effect, and it reads, you can activate one of these effects. Change any number of face down monster control to face up defense position, or change any number of face up monster control to face down. So it basically it's its own like Book of Moon, which is really nice. Let's see here. There's a note here that reads, this card as the necromantic version of Tarot Ray is potentially referencing necromancy as a form of divination, I believe is how it's pronounced. As well, it is adding Wrath to Tarot Ray, referencing Tarot as well as whatever name Ray is using. So Tarot Wrath. Okay, so Tarot Wrath, I believe is how it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay, that's pretty cool. You learn something new every day, ladies and gentlemen. Next, and then last up, we have another prediction ritual, which is obviously the ritual spell. The first effect, and it has two separate effects. The first effect reads, this card can be used to ritual summon any prediction princess monster from your hand or grave and face up attack or face down defense. You must also tribute a monster from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you summon. Second effect reads, during the standby phase, if you control a prediction princess ritual monster, you can banish the card from your grave, spell summon one non-ritual prediction princess monster from your deck, and face down defense. So basically, it's sort of like a marauding captain of sorts with that second effect. It allows you to summon more monsters from your deck, basically, which is really cool. Which is actually kind of a cool one a nice little cool party trick, if you will. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. That brings me to the question of the day. What are your guys' thoughts on the new For Hire support and the new Prediction Princess support, and do you think the decks will ever be meta? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos, which typically get posted every Tuesday, sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. All the links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. If you guys want to send fan mail, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.